Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here, and a special thank you to Dr. Wynn and Sophie, our community partners. We're the Office of Sustainability team. I'm Becca.
Alex.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Maria.
Victoria.
And in our project, we were introduced to an office that maybe not all of us are so familiar with, the Office of Sustainability. And at GW, this office has considerable bargaining power with the purchasing and procurement procedures, since they're a part of the Division of Operations. So they shape and set the sustainability strategy for the university. And to them, sustainability means actively thinking about how your actions affect social equity and making decisions taking those things into consideration. They focus their efforts in the areas of climate change, water, and ecosystems. And a good example of this is the Grow Community Garden that exists between Amsterdam Hall and Ross Hall. Some of you have probably seen it walking down the street. And it was started by a student group through the Office of Sustainability. And there is a committee that works with its upkeep, because there aren't students here for 12 months of the year. And this is just a good example of an initiative that the Office of Sustainability made possible. So today we're going to be talking most about the Green Office program. I know a lot of us this semester have thought about how our actions affect the environment at home, in our dorms, in our everyday lives, but not all of us have considered the workplace. So this is something that the Office of Sustainability focuses on with their Green Office program. And what they do is they send a representative to give presentations to different offices at the university, showing them a PowerPoint, asking questions, and encouraging discussion about sustainability in the workplace. A big part of this is choosing a green leader at the end of every session, and this person attends monthly Green at Work sessions, which a couple of us were able to attend. And this is just to help with keeping the message going, doing check-ins, and the goal is obviously to involve as many offices as possible.
Yes, we undertook 3 initiatives in the project. The first initiative was a tracking tool, in which is a checklist of green practices. Our second initiative was we modified and reorganized the resources section of the newly revamped Office of Sustainability website. And third, we created a supplementary Green at Home pamphlet.
So I'm going to be talking more about these checklists and how it's important for this tracking tool for the Green Office program participants to stay in track and see how they're doing and what they should be doing best in a week, in 2 weeks, or in the long term. So we've arranged this checklist in categories including energy, waste reduction, transportation, what they could be doing also when they're doing events and meetings. And after these categories, we have action items. For example, for recycling, you can have, are there recycling signs around the office? Are they visible? Can people actually see that they should be recycling? And through these action items, we also have resources. So if an office doesn't have a recycling bin, what they can do is click on the resource link, they can go to Fix It and ask and request for recycling bin. So this is really great for the checklist and it keeps in track. Next, we're going to talk about a little bit more of the website resources. So we have actually had a more user-friendly website. So we wanted to be more interactive, and we've decided to have an interactive office building. So what is it that somebody can do greener in an office? So they can click through the office building and see the green activities that they could be doing. You can also enhance this through images and icons that we put around. We've also added an Energy Star home link, which is an interactive home that can tell you what you can be doing green practices, just like we did with the office building. Also, we've added the GW suggested energy settings. So through this, you can just see what is it that GW can help you in doing in your printers, copiers, and whatnot. You can also print recycling and e-cycling posters, so you can have that in your office. And we've also added the contact information for sustainability-related offices, and this is really important.
As you can see, this is the pamphlet in which we created to be more energy efficient and to improve being energy efficient at home and as well. And the next slide. We created purchasing tips for food, household items, appliances, tips for energy savings, as well as general tips for green activities. This will be available for download at the Office of Sustainability, as well as being placed on recycled paper for the Earth Day, which is next Friday. And several tips, for example, if you turned off your computer every single day, you would save 4 cents a night, which totals to $14.60 per year. Not a lot of money, but it still is a tangible result. Our second idea is when you're washing your laundry from hot to cold, you save 90% of energy.
Okay, so as Maria described before, we wanted to revamp the resources portion of the website to make it more user-friendly, more intuitive, and so that when visitors went to the page, they would be able to find resources based on different categories in their lives or in their office. So this was the original proposal, and as you can see, it had clickable buttons so that you can mouse over, and then you would see a speech bubble that would give you a tip, and you could click for more information. You can see the map below. We also worked with several different groups at GW, including the GW Web Developers, the GW Creative Team, the Office of Sustainability, and one other group.
The photographers.
Oh yes, and university photographers to ensure that all of the photos we were using we had permission to use. So this reflects the input of the creative team with the Green Office Program banner. The photo of the Marvin Center was procured from the university photographers, and the bottom links are based on speaking with the GW web developers and looking at the feasibility of the website and how to make it the most user-friendly while actually recognizing where you could click on a button, what would you actually be clicking on. And this was inspired off of the Harvard University's sustainability website, which is our client's ultimate goal for the website. So this is the actual resources portion of the website, and in the red would be the 3 places where the Green at Home, Green at Work, and Green at School initiatives would take place. This proposal takes into account all of our future initiatives, even though our project mainly focused on the Green at Work and the Green Office program. And as you can see, we had a limited space to work with based on the top, bottom, and side menus. So this is what we were able to create for the Green Office program. As I said before, the creative team created the Green Office program banner at the top, and this was the new proposed image for the Green Office program, since we weren't sure which office building to use at GW. And the icons were taken from a brochure that the creative team made for a presentation back in November. So all of this stuff will have a GW vibe to it, and we won't have issues with copyright infringement. And then the dotted line represents the amount that you would see when the page first comes up, and then below you would have to scroll to see to make it the most efficient use of the space. And the key would just have a bigger description of what you would click on with the resources above. And this is the Green at Home program and the Green at School program. As you can see, we moved the Marvin Center from there. And we also submitted a proposal through Sophie to the creative team for the Green at Home and Green at School banners, as well as a list of icons that would be used on our Green Office checklist, as well as in the website to create continuity and to reflect all of the different resource categories that we were focusing on.
All right, so to increase awareness on campus, we plan to be involved with the Earth Day Fair. That's going to be on April 22nd, which is next Friday. And what we're basically going to be doing, we're going to be tabling the Green Office program. We're going to be distributing all the pamphlets. There's this Earth Month passport thingy that we're also going to be passing out, the things that, you can see a copy of it over there, the things that people can do to be more sustainable. And we're also going to be holding like semi-small group question and answer sessions. We're going to be having hopefully some free product giveaways, but we're just basically trying to increase awareness on campus. All right, so how does this project really connect with international business concepts? That's a large focus of this group. GW is a nonprofit organization, and it is in DC, which is also makes it a very unique. It makes it a very unique environment because not only are we a nonprofit, but we're so involved with the government in DC that we really can have a large impact outside of just GW. on campus, there's already 27,000 people, that can make a difference in their lives. And I feel like, and we as a group feel like that GW should take a first stand in this, because this is only going to increase. Sustainability is it's a trendy topic, more people are doing it. We also think that outside of corporate social responsibility, GW has the social responsibility to the community. So we also talked about the fact that, like, in our portfolio, President Knapp has made a commitment to increase sustainability at GW. But like we said, we think that programs like the Earth Day Fair and other things that we're doing, the Green at Home pamphlet, all those items will just increase the sustainability awareness outside of campus. So that's what we're trying to do with our project.
So we have a few future recommendations going forward. Since most of our project consisted of working with Sophie and the Office of Sustainability throughout this semester and meeting relatively frequently, we have been able to implement a few things as you've seen, but we do have some recommendations going forward. So with regard to the tracking checklist that we described, this can be implemented in a somewhat different and more interactive way in the future. So within this year, the faculty is switching over to GW Mail, which is the student platform for email, and it partners with Gmail basically. So the great thing about this is that it allows faculty to use Google Documents, and we envision the tracking checklist becoming a Google document that would be shared between the green leader in the respective office and with the Office of Sustainability. This would bridge the gap between the checklist not only being a follow-up tool but also tracking, and it would be real time, because as they're completing these goals within their office, the Office of Sustainability would be able to see this. And we think that once the university reaches 50% participation of offices that have received the Green Office presentation, this is just a number that can be altered, but this was our idea, and that's obviously a lot of offices. But once they've reached 50% participation, maybe that would be a good time to consider implementing some type of competition or incentive. Right now, the goal is just to get the conversation started and get offices to care and talk to their coworkers about it. But once there has been substantial participation, we think there would be a good opportunity for some type of competition where whoever has the most items checked off the 35-item checklist would receive some type of prize, or they can move on to the next level where it would have somewhat harder goals to accomplish.
The Green at Home and Green at School right now currently focuses on faculty. So one of our main goals is how to get the school and students motivated and think of tangible results. And I think one way to do that is to create a competition within the dorms of energy consumption, water consumption, and kind of do a cross-border assessment of those tools to see what the tangible results may be. So yeah, our few recommendation going forward is to have the Office of Sustainability think about student impact and get those group of people involved.
Okay, so I'm going to talk more about our recommendations for the website. So we really believe that the website needs to be updated, so if there's any resources that come available, they need to be right away on the website and be just user-friendly and have that out there. As for university outreach, we really believe, as from our experiences, that we see teachers that give us articles all the time and have them printed or handouts. So if there's a way for faculty in the GW bookstore to offer perhaps a handout in the semester beforehand that is printed on recyclable paper, double-sided, and it's on soy-based ink, then this would really minimize the impact that GW has on the environment. We also believe that through having WWF files in Blackboard that cannot be printed, this can minimize the impact as well that students have, not only teachers, when it comes to articles and files. And we also believe that through social media, we can really have an impact. So just having the Office of Sustainability just stay up there in Twitter and Facebook and just really show more green practices that could be done by students as well as faculty members, this would be a really great way to have more impact on the community. Questions?